The red alarms have warned you guys that this is a crucial day. I believe there will be 3 for the additional P2 moon. Let's get started. With the additional $333, I hope you're enjoying yourself immensely. Look at that and guess what day it is. That's the current price. Which day is it? Take a look. It doesn't just happen, guys. For users, this is merely an enjoyable aspect of XRP. After all, I wouldn't be shocked if XRP reached the moon today. However, what if? There must be a date associated with 513 and 33. We view that as if the stars are perfectly aligned, don't they? I don't know if it's feasible. Who knows? However, Baba Cugs' season actually starts on August 22nd and ends on September 22nd. Enjoy this portion of the plan. Okay, folks. This is where the real action starts. The United States will be transported here. Isn't that the reason? All right, so the US dollar is in use right now and will remain so until September. A different coin will be used from that point on. However, news from Americans who support or oppose Trump ought to begin to circulate. Indeed, as a result, more patients will recover. Isn't it this month, too? Baba informed us that we should enjoy this portion of the plan from August 22nd to September 22nd. I believe things will proceed smoothly because the cases are gone and everyone who filed an ETF is now eager to update their ETFs. Guys, it did happen suddenly. Here, that's what happens with XRP. We may continue to rise. This article on ETFs was written by Smoke. Returning to the topic at hand, JP Morgan is occupied with speculating on the potential value of XRP after it is permitted to trade. This is accomplished by putting this in writing. Examining the XRP ETP possibility. This explains exactly what ought to happen with XRP. It's still visible to me. I don't know. Some believe that the high point of the cycle will occur when XRP reaches $4 or $5. I don't wish to be critical of others. Anything is feasible in the long run, even though that price target could only be viable for a brief period of time. It's not too difficult, all right. Look at the amount of money flowing in. Quite a bit. Mr. Poole told us $33 because of this. The thought may be, there she is, 33. That's all. Guys, don't do it. I mean, that's probably where it began. This bear's message is so straightforward because of this. What sort of bear does he have on his hat? There are 3 moons above the bells on his cap. All right, 3 moon groups. Over time, that hasn't altered at all. Take a look. 3 more are there. Boom. Here are 3 more. There are 3 here indeed. Why? The price might have been established based on the G9 price. This makes it evident that 3 sets of prices will occur simultaneously or overnight. Guys, I believe there are 3 various price ranges for the BioWinster 3 image. Perhaps one of them is $33. Is that acceptable, or what? Additionally, this account, G9, tweeted simultaneously with Arthur Brito. Yes, but that is unlikely to occur. I apologize for not finding it. However, the Grok numbers were either entered by someone or by an AI. How likely is it that Arthur Brito and this account will tweet simultaneously? That's awfully close to 0, guys. Regardless, it is still possible that it will occur. The funds originate from this account, and the price has already been decided. We concurred with the bear that since the price is probably reasonable, more people will probably pay it when the time is right. I must admit that I'm truly. Since the 3rd is a crucial number, I'm thrilled about this. I have no idea why Nico Lisla told me that. Does the number 369 appear in any quotes? It's similar to the key to the world. BlackRock even stated that you must keep your exorbitant for 3 months beyond the conclusion of the case. 3 is obviously an important number. The case is now concluded. Guys, at least that's what the court documents state. 3 months from now, that is. November, huh? October, November, and September. You know what occurs in October and November? That's awesome. In other words, CBPR Plus's period of cooperation will expire in November 2025. Living Together will come to an end on November 22nd, 2025. It states that SWIFT intends to adopt CBPR Plus, or ISO 222, for cross-border payments and reporting. Guys, it's kind of changing the way things operate. Guys, what else is awesome about this date? All right, November 22nd. That is incorrect. Take a look at this. Making these connections is easy. I discovered November to Remember by Mr. Poole for the month of November. Yes, November was a significant month for XRP, as I recall. If history is any indication, we may witness another one of those insane days in November. The price of XRP can be insane at times, don't you think? Take a look at this. On November 23rd, a day later, numerous switches are being turned on and off in this area. 11:23. Are you still present? When it's over, will you still be here? All right, folks. Many links exist between these periods. Again, perhaps this is the moment to do it. Perhaps now is the appropriate moment. Take a peek at these various pricing now. Now, BK, I believe this is the proper setup. To allow businesses to become accustomed to utilizing XRP, it has been modified to the next price and then the last price. This determines how simple it is to purchase and sell XRP at a specific price. Be careful now. You should be able to obtain another $1,000 in an hour if you get $1,000 tonight at midnight, right? He never altered his opinion on this, guys. He always stated it that way. At least 4 figures from Uphold or $1,000 come to mind. The fact that the Upholding exchange tweets that L2 while the red alerts it seems a little strange. Well, it's inevitable, so why not? The financial vice president has figured it out, so don't worry. The first 59 image created by 123 was the elegant seats. I'm referring to the UN buildings here. Alright, this is the end of 2018-5 A9+. This is the same shot, alright. Offices are where they work. Why is the United Nations such a significant deal? You ought to hear this, don't you? They will use XRP to take over the world, which is how prices will ultimately rise to extremely high levels. This isn't financial advice. Does Ripple by the Grateful Dead simply cheer up the individuals in control at Ripple? They're Grateful Dead, for example. It's related to the song Ripple by the Grateful Dead. The Grateful Dead are always our favorite band, or does their involvement with Ripple go beyond music, as evidenced by the fact that they are working on some of the most significant plans in the world? Do you recall how 10 years ago in this movie, all nations came to an agreement on a single global plan, but the local populace was unaware of it? Are you aware that the Ripple has been promised by every administration in the world? Yes, I do recall that Grateful Dead song. Alright. As I recall, Peter Thiel did possess. You mean something about Brad Garlinghouse? Hello, Peter Thiel. I won't make the same mistake twice. I believe that Chris Larson campaigned for Brad Garlinghouse to be appointed CEO of Ripple. Alright. It stated that there would be a gathering in September or something like, or that Peter Thiel is speaking out against the Antichrist. He appears to be a rather odd man. Alright. Everything is in place for that new promise to be fulfilled just as it was for the previous ones. Did you know that these have been approved by all governments worldwide? These must be approved by every government. Government of Rwanda, Government of Ethiopia, Government of Australia, and Government of Norway. The Sustainable Development Goals, which essentially define the purpose of XRP, are a plan that would not be possible without cryptocurrency. These are multinational organizations, businesses, and governments who all wish to replace cash with digital payment methods. Everyone in the group must pledge to do this before they can join.